Hello, young scholars. This is Mr. Martirone with your final assignment of the school year. So here we are, we're at the end, we're up to modern day. And this assignment, we're gonna focus on problems of the modern world. So you all should have this yellow outline sheet, and later at some point you all may wanna grab a copy of the Upfront magazine that deals with world affairs and world issues. So with this assignment, now that we're in the modern day, I want you guys to think and identify a problem in the world or in the country. So it's a national or global problem that you are passionate about, that you are concerned about. And that's probably honestly gonna be the hardest part of this assignment, is step one. Choose an issue that's important to you. Because realistically, for a majority of the year, we've been talking about history, we've been talking a little bit about current events, but you haven't really been exposed to a lot of national problems. And I think part of the challenge of this assignment is to start looking beyond EHT. Or maybe there's a problem in EHT that is actually a national or a global problem. So you really need to think about it. It can be anything, but it needs to be a specific problem. Don't just say global warming. Okay, well, what about global warming? Are you concerned about the increase of carbon emissions? Are you increased about the use of fossil fuels? Are you looking for alternative energies? So you really need to be specific about this issue. Perhaps if you've been watching the news, abortion has been in the news. Many states have been passing laws that are denying women a right to an abortion. Maybe you're concerned about that one way or the other. Maybe you're concerned about some of the gun laws that have been passed one way or the other. Maybe you want tougher gun laws, maybe you want more lenient gun laws. So those are types of examples of national issues. For international issues, maybe you're concerned about the growing threat from North Korea. Maybe you're concerned about tariffs or immigration from Mexico. Maybe you're concerned about the threat of war with Iran. So you need to really think about an issue that's important to you. I don't care what that issue is, but you have to be able to tell us why it's important to you. So once you have that issue, you then need to explain why this issue is important to you. And that's where, remember from the debates, you want to use your ethos, your pathos, and your logos. Why is this issue ethically important to you? Why is it emotionally and logically important to you? Okay, so again, steps 1 and 2 are probably going to be the hardest. But once you have steps 1 and 2 complete in your yellow packet, then you're going to look up ways to solve this problem. We want to see that you're a problem solver. So with step 3, you need to do a little bit of outside research, and you need to find 3 legitimate news sources. They can be academic journals, they can be newspaper articles that offer a solution to the problem. Okay, there's lots of problems in the world, and it's one thing to say, here's the problem facing the world or the United States. We want to see that you have an alternative or a solution. So you want to say, here's a problem, but here's my solution. We can do X, Y, and Z. All right, so again, going back, you're gonna have 2 days in class to work on this. Step 1, identify an issue that's important to you. And it's gonna be hard. So you really need to take your time and think about an issue that's important to you. Step 2, think about why that issue is important to you. Step 3, identify ways to solve that problem. All right, and again, just going back to step 1, some of the other issues, it can be any issue that is important to you. And actually, the more personalized the issue, the better. Maybe you had someone in your family that's died of an illness, for example, cancer. So maybe you want to find ways for increasing funding for cancer research or increasing access for medical procedures that will help combat cancer. Maybe it's child poverty. 1/5 of the country's impoverished are children. Maybe we want to have programs that are designed for helping children that are living in poverty. Whatever the reason is, and I'm just trying to give you more specific examples of problems facing the United States and in the world today. So think about those problems. Like I said, you will have the Upfront magazine at your disposal, and then you'll also have this yellow packet, which, again, step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, identify why this is important to you. And then step 3 is find those news sources that will tell us why we can or how we can solve this problem. All right, so you have 2 class periods to work on that, and I'll be taking a look at this early next week. All right, last assignment, we're in the home stretch. We're almost done the school year. Can't wait to see you guys.